with our first segment. So this is us. Um, so y'all hop on in a few minutes on Facebook Live to hear our first segment about dating and being single, Black woman. Our subject is pretty cool today. Hopefully, a lot of people will be able to relate. And if you want to comments on the comment section. But it's live, so you guys come through. Hey, if y'all are on Facebook, me and my sister are about to go live with our first segment. So,
okay.
Um, so y'all hop on in a few minutes for our first segment about dating. Hey, y'all are on Facebook. Me and my sister are about to go live with our first segment.
All right. So,
are we not able to do it?
Oh yeah. No, we're live. We're live. Hey y'all. Hey.
Hello, Maisha. I need you to tell me these things.
Listen. I already told you that we were going live. All of this is
in my nose, in my teethus.
Hey y'all. Hey. How are you doing? Please share to your pages. I'm attempting to share to my page now. How do I say something? So
it's on Maisha R. Carter, you're live?
Yeah, no, it's on My Lady Lessons. Hey y'all.
And it's not letting us share.
So I just had to copy the link and I'm just gonna pop it in since they've been doing something different. I don't know.
Okay, hold on, let me see if I can do this. Oh wait, here we go. Save video. Fire, turn on copy link. Okay.
All right. Thank y'all for hopping on this Sunday evening. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's doing okay. Let me turn my music. I turn my music off. So hopefully we have a smooth feed tonight. And so we can get into this conversation. I am joined by my lovely baby sister, Carrie. And and we have been wanting to have a conversation for a while now. Yes, thank you. Frank said I have a pretty sister. Thank you. I take all the credit for it.
Thank you.
Yes. So, okay. So, we wanted to talk about some things. And that I don't know how to even say it besides, men, women, relationships, and more specifically, expectations when it comes to dating relationships, marriage relationships. Hey y'all, hey, please share if you'd like. Please share and please join into the comment section and join into the conversation because we expect it to be a bit juicy. So one of the reasons why we wanted to talk was Carrie put up a post a little bit over a month ago, and then we of course are always talking about our adventures in the single life.
It is adventurous, child.
Yes, our adventures. And so so we wanted to come on and talk about this. So do we want to just hop in and kind of recap your post that you put up and then kind of go into?
Do you have it pulled up?
I do have it pulled up, honey child. I have it pulled up. Okay, so you addressed it to single men. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because you cussed a couple of times in this post, I'm gonna pause when the cuss words come in and you can just say them yourself because these are your words.
Oh, excuse me for the cut. So listen, throughout the segment, Maisha does not cuss. I do.
Most of the time I don't cuss, okay? Don't send me off now. Every now and then I have to drop a word.
She uses these sweet cuss words. I use the ratchet, better cuss words. Okay, but I'll try my best to be good. So
yes, girl, be yourself. It's all good. Okay, so the post said, single men, 2 exclamation points. If y'all want women to step up more, how about y'all stop stepping backwards? You want us to pursue you, cook, have sex, don't nag or Carrie.
Don't nag or
the B word.
Oh, don't nag or bitch.
Okay. Look good, be natural, treat you like a king, all caps. Don't ask for S.
Shit.
Yes. Grind, be financially, emotionally, and mentally stable while y'all do what? Exist, be present. Don't complain about the role change when you have no desire to play your own role. And with all this, you might, all caps, make a commitment. Y'all got us confused as
fuck.
We got to be the man and the woman, but still treat you like a man, 3 question marks. Teach me something. Come fight me. LOL. These are her words. Okay. That was the post. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I wanted us to talk about this because obviously that was a frustrating day for you.
Yes.
So let's get into a little bit about what inspired your post, number 1, and then we can take it from there.
Well, okay, so this was inspired, of course, based on my own situation. Like people who I've dating within the last few years, and I found that because let me just do a quick backstory. I've always been in a relationship long term. So this new dating scene and the way that people date now is very different. It's not the same. So what I've noticed is women are doing a lot of the pursuing more. When it comes to dating, men are a little bit more hesitant on asking you out on a date, or they feel like they have to spend money or they don't want to spend money. It's like a lot of these discussions on what to do or what roles to play while you're pursuing a woman. And also when you are dating and you're like in together and you're exclusive or you're serious, the roles during that time. So what I'm finding is a lot of men are expecting women to give more before they're willing to make the commitment, or sometimes they don't even make the commitment. So a lot of women are already treating these men like they're their husbands, and they're doing what I personally, for me, expect for the man to do as well. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be doing all the pursuing and playing your role and my role, and then while you just sit back and it's like, oh, are you doing enough for me to commit? And then when the reward after doing the dance and the cooking and looking good and working out and, the reward is you're finally going to commit to me and pick me out of these hundreds and thousands of women. And then what? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what's frustrating, because it's like, I find that I know what type of woman I am. I know that I'm a quality woman, and I also would like a quality man. But personally, to me, I feel like if you want to be treated as a king, and a lot of men are like, oh, I want my queen, I want her to be this and that. Don't you think you also have to put in some effort and some work for that type of woman? For that quality of woman, you should show her her worth. And she should already know her worth, but you should show her that you also see her worth, and not sit back with your legs up while she's doing all this work to try to win you over because of the whole ratio ordeal. I just don't agree with it. And I'm finding this, that it's hard for me to date with this new expectation that they have due to the women's roles changing. Because if our role is changing, and this is what's expected now, I'm not saying all men are like this, But what are y'all doing? What's new in your roles? Because if this is what you guys are wanting us to do now, you want us to pursue, you want us to pay for the meals as well. You want us to do pretty much everything that you guys were doing. What is your new role? Are you like getting manis and petties too, or are you?
Yeah, some men do get manis and petties. And I say there's there's nothing wrong with a man getting a mani or petty. You know,
nothing wrong with it.
Yes, but
what are y'all doing?
Well, so this is the thing. So there is definitely, and I feel you. I definitely feel your pain. You know I do. And of course, let's just say this right now so people won't get in their feelings. We are not saying this is every man,
right.
nor are we talking about every woman in terms of the other side either. There's there's some scandalous folks on all ends and some trifling folks on all ends. And then there's some great people on all ends. Okay, so we got that out of the way. However, what we're seeing is there's some frustrations when it comes to, there is a change in terms of the mindset of some men when it comes to pursuing of a woman and what that looks like. Unfortunately, I have to say some of the responsibility we have to put on our sisterhood in terms of them doing way too much because of a lack of, I would say, self-esteem and knowing who they are. So they do way too much and then, have become overly aggressive towards some men, especially any type of man, Lord, don't have anything going for yourself. Then these women are dropping panties and chasing down like they've never seen a man before.
All these niggas have to do is blink and them panties is off, okay? Blink and the panties fly off. Like, no wonder.
Yeah, it's listen, okay? So when you have a dynamic like that, even for the quote good guys, if they are being chased down aggressively by some of our sisters, then when they come across a woman who's more traditional, then it's almost like they either don't know how to, they've lost that muscle. They've lost that muscle of pursuing, and they can almost start to feel that by you asking them or actually requiring the basics from them, that you're high maintenance.
Oh my God, this was told to me. Oh my gosh. This was told to me actually today. I went on a date with someone. And it was a decent date. And then afterwards he called me. So we were conversing a little bit longer. And he went into the asking about, he didn't ask personally me about sex, but we were just on the subject of when people, the whole casual sex thing. And I said something, I don't remember what I said, but he was like, oh, you must be one of those women that think that your stuff is like made of cookies and ice cream and gold and all this stuff. And I was like, because I don't want to just throw my panties at you. Like now I'm high maintenance because I have some expectations and you just not gonna get the draws because you're you. Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you, brother.
It's unfortunate because it's and I will say it's a certain type of man. Let's get a few comments because I see there are some coming in. Okay, Frank says, I expect the same energy I exert and invest towards you. Okay. Jerome says Carrie is your Luther. I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Like, am I
what are you talking about? Frank, some women say they want one thing, but when they get it, there's a different story. Okay, explain. What do you mean?
Right.
Because that can go both ways, but what do you mean by that? What makes you, okay, there's a question. What makes you a quality woman?
Me personally, or just a woman?
I guess because maybe during your opening statement, you referred to that. So yeah, what makes, when you say, I know I'm a quality woman, blah blah blah, what are you referring to?
Well, I guess I'm referring to, when I say quality woman, I guess I'm referring to, like, to me, the full package of what I would want in a man and what I expect. I kind of exude that same expectation. So for me, like, I am considerate. I am a hardworking woman. Like, I work out like 3 or 4 times a week. I have been to therapy. So I have really healed from a lot of things that I've gone through in my past life. I've learned from a lot of things a lot of mistakes that I've made in my previous relationships. I'm specific on the energy that I put out. Not specific, but I'm mindful on the energy that I put out. I try to be a positive person. I try to be supportive, So I know the type of energy that I have, and based on the feedback from others, the energy that I give, So that's what I look at as a quality woman. I'm sure of myself. I love myself. I'm not a half glass full type person. I am, I've done the work to now I know what I can bring to the plate with another man. Like, I'm not looking for someone to fulfill my happiness. I exude happiness and I am peace. I bring that for myself. So I just have done the work for myself, and I'm not broken. You know what I mean? So for me, when I'm dating someone, I'm looking for someone with those same qualities. It's not like a checklist of, oh, what type of job he have, what type of car, do he have a house? Those are great things, but like, what type of person? Are you a whole person? Are you looking for me to fix you? I'm not looking for you to fix me, and let's two whole people coming together and living a fulfilled life. That's what I want. And I don't want to be bringing all this amazing energy, and I have my flaws. So I'm not trying to be cocky and say I'm better than anyone. I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I know that I have great qualities to bring, and I can benefit people's lives also, as I would want them to benefit mine, So it's just like,
right.
I would want that same thing. And I haven't really found that or met that. I've met some pretty good quality men, but a lot of them, it's hard for them to commit because a lot of women want good quality men, and that's the problem. They don't know when to choose or who to choose or what to choose. So a lot of people are doing these jive shakes and shows to say, pick me. And so the effort is not really there,
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that when it comes to even how we identify, because I've been listening to some conversations where some men have been reiterating that, or explaining that what a woman is looking for in a man is not what the man is looking for in a woman. Okay. So for instance, one of the complaints that I've heard in some of these conversations is that, the boss chick, the woman that's accomplished and all this kind of stuff, that she leads with her accomplishments when she's talking about what makes her, as you said, a quality woman. Okay. There are some women, I thought you gave a great answer, by the way. But there are some women that they highlight their accomplishments when they think of what their value is that they bring to a man. So they say, well, I have a master's, I have a PhD, I'm an exec at my company, or I'm a boss, chick, I have my, whatever, I make 6-7 figures, I drive this type of vehicle, I have this type of social circle, da 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 da. And so men are saying that a man who is and I don't even want to, I can't even stand these terms of high value. Please help me understand all of that, because it's very slave mentality to me. Okay. When you start talking about ratings and high value, this and that, it sounds like the freaking auction block. And I really mainly hear, I've really only seen Black conversations using these terms, and I'm not saying maybe other folks are too, but it's I've heard it a lot in the Black conversations online, these high value, this, that, and the other. But with that being said, what the men were saying, that they are not looking, they can fall in love with the freaking waitress at the restaurant, or the hostess, and they, and they are a 7-figure man, whatever. It's more so they're looking at how the woman makes them feel, and more of let's get into it, the feminine qualities that a woman exudes, okay, and all of this stuff. So I actually left a comment on, I think it was Stefan Speaks. He had put some video out or whatever, and he was talking about, I can't remember which one. He does a lot of good ones to me, but I did say, can we please have the conversation specifically about single women? And dare I say, there's an aspect to single Black women that we cannot ignore or deny. First of all, the history of Black women specifically in this country, and Black people in this country, and the role that Black women have had to play within the Black community due to, having to take to, so we, oh, okay, I feel like I'm getting into a hot seat right here, but historically, the man would be neutralized. If we were to take it back to slavery, the man would be neutralized. He would be beaten, killed, or just put in a position where he knew he had no power. So the woman had to be the side piece of Mister. She had to be raped repeatedly. She had to do certain things that, and not be protected by the Black man, because he couldn't. He absolutely couldn't. So she had to take on certain roles within the community. Okay. So fast forward, the ancestors, we're now the offspring of that. So when it comes to single, and like I said, Black women, where we have to, there's things when we talk about independence and being a boss and all this kind of stuff, and some of our energy and being more in our masculine energy is a lot of times it's by default. Like we have to, if we're single and we have to do a lot of things that perhaps a man would be doing, then we have to dig into our masculine energy in order to do that. It's not something that we want to walk around like we want to beat our chest and like we can, I can be a man, I don't need no man. Most of us are not like that. Most of us are not thinking that way, but we do need some grace when it comes to, if it takes us a minute to fall back into our feminine, because we've had to be out here beating the streets and finding and making a way and doing all of these things, because if you're single, you have to do what you have to do. So what do you think about that in terms of from being a single Black woman aspect, and the whole idea of the, y'all too aggressive, you're not in your feminine enough, and what that even means, the feminine energy and all of that?
Well, first let me say I do agree with you as far as having to reprogram our minds into being that feminine energy when you do find someone or you're in a relationship with that person. I think that, like you said, giving us grace, they need to give us grace, because there's a lot of single successful Black women that are struggling with dating because of this mindset, because men think that they don't need them. And a lot of the Black women, because they have this boss chick mentality and I don't need no man type thing, because we've been groomed to think that the man needs to be the provider and all this stuff, as well as the men, as well as Black men have been groomed to say that, to think that as well about themselves. Like, oh, we got to be the provider, we got to do this, we got to be the breadwinner, and women as well. But now that
do you disagree with that?
No, I don't want to switch subjects yet.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
Write it down and we'll go back to that.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a reason why I'm saying this. But okay, you just messed up my flow.
Sorry. It'll come back to you. No, you said men have been groomed, the women and men have been groomed that the man has to be the provider.
Right. So because we've had that mindset, but now women are starting to make more money. They're starting to be the breadwinner in the household, where I feel like men are starting to resent that a little bit. And women are also, with this role of them being the breadwinner, they are not knowing how to um, play this new role of still treating him as he is the leader of the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where the confusion is, because men are seeing this woman and she's at the peak of her career, so automatically they're going to be thinking, oh well, she don't need no man, she probably got this boss chick mentality, but in reality a lot of women want their men to lead, they want the man to be that role, but they just need to reprogram themselves, and reprogram their minds on, okay, it can't be based off of that, it can't be based off of just how much money you're making and what is your career. It has to be based on so much more than that. And I think also because men know that this is a new role for women as well, that they're going to have to also speak on what they need as well in order to feel that like they're the leader of the household. Like, hey babe, I know that you are making more money or this and that, but you're making me feel this type of way. I think we just need to teach each other. It's all in communication and communicating with each other on what we are expecting of each other and what we need from each other during this time with these new times. So
Right.
I find that when I meet men, they don't know what my uh, salary is or what I do. But then when I tell them, I have my own business and I also do this, like I'm a hustler. Like I'm always trying to think of ways to live the life I desire to live for myself. I can't wait for a mate to do that, because it's taking a long time. As much as I would love to do that with a husband, or a lot of women are just moving on forward. They're buying their houses, they're traveling, they're doing the things that they want to do with or without a man. Would we love to do that with a man? Absolutely. With a companion? Absolutely. But because how difficult it is with dating, and I feel like that it takes a little bit longer for men to commit, my mindset is now like, I'm going to move forward regardless. Like, I'm going to buy property with or without a husband. I'm going to do this with or without a husband. But when he comes in and we meet, because I am going to meet my husband, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have my one child or two speaking into existence, hopefully in 2021. Anyways, when me and my king do meet, I need him to be patient with me and give me time to reprogram myself as I have this king in my household. These are the roles that we want from each other, and we have to talk about it. We gotta let each other know, because I'm 37, so it's like I'm getting used to it being me.
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Were you done?
No, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I can keep on going, but I'm not going to.
Well, that's the thing. I think that getting into the whole expectations part, because the reality is that even if the man is making more money, it doesn't matter who's making more money. It's okay. I'm speaking in the marriage context. Okay, let's keep it straight.
All of this is in marriage context.
Yeah, we're talking about in the marriage context. It should not matter who's making more money, because you're supposed to be one. Okay. And if you're honoring and respecting each other, no one is going to be taking advantage of the other person, number one. But then number two, the amount of money someone is bringing into the household does not have anything to do with the role that they play, in terms of, okay, I believe, and then if we, I am Christian, we're both Christian or whatever. So biblically based, the man is the head of the household. Okay. That is a role. That doesn't mean he is over the woman. That doesn't mean he's a dictator. It's a order of things in order for there to be protection. Now, there are some men that resist that role. Let's keep it real, but that also doesn't mean, like, it's almost like we don't understand what head and submission and all of that. And it is not like the woman just submitting to the man. You're supposed to submit to each other.
Right.
Just like, I don't believe that just because I'm the feminine energy that my thoughts and opinions and mind should not be respected. Some people have that mindset. Well, you want your feelings cherished if you're the feminine energy, but if you're the masculine energy, then you want your thoughts respected. Well, I want both. Okay. And I want both. And I don't think that I think that is us operating in our humanness. You know what I mean? So, but it goes back to knowing and understanding what our roles are and having those discussions and knowing what the expectations are going in the door. You know what I mean? These are some of the conversations that need to be had during the dating process, instead of, oh, you getting all deep into all this other foolishness and you're not having the real conversations that need to be had. Because there are certain, I've run into men that had their mindset, you could tell is, well, not just you could tell, it's been said that pretty much the world is, they still have a very traditional, almost throwback mindset in terms of they expect to be able to go out and conquer the world and have these goals and all that kind of stuff. And they want you to be at the house taking care of house, home, and babies and all that kind of stuff, which, okay, that's cool. Somebody has to take care of the house and somebody, but however, that's not really going to fly for a lot of women these days, because a lot of us have our own goals and aspirations outside of just being a wife and mother. Because I always say to especially single women, and I have to specify some of the women that are like church mindset women, that if they're like, oh, I just want to get married, I feel like that's my goal in life, my purpose in life, whatever. Okay, hold on. Well, what if it never happens? Does that mean you have no reason for being? There's no purpose for you except for to be a wife and a mother. I'm sorry. I don't think that God would have sent you here simply to be a wife and a, now those are important roles, but what if it does not happen?
Right. Like I look at, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I look at now, I look at marriage and having children as like a bonus to my life. It would be a bonus. You know, it's not something that I would fall apart and feel like my life is not complete without, but it would definitely be a bonus because everyone wants a companion. Everyone doesn't, no one wants to necessarily be in this world alone, but I am not losing sleep about it. You know, I'm not like feeling like my life isn't fulfilled without it, you know, because the main thing for me is I don't want it to be forced and end up with someone that I don't want to be with, which continues to happen with a lot of women. I have friends who are just like, you know, they feel like they have to be married or they have to have kids in order to feel fulfilled. And they're so focused on the fact that they don't have this, they're not enjoying the moment that they're in. And a lot of the old heads tell me, you know, listen, honey, one of the things I regret from when I was younger was I didn't focus on living. I focused on being in a relationship or trying to have a boyfriend or whatever. Like I didn't enjoy my life in that moment. So it's like now I want to enjoy my life in the moment. But as I'm dating, you know, I'm being, you know, I just want to make sure that it's the right person. There's no time clock on it. I'm not like, you know, like I said, 2021, I would love to meet my husband and have my children.
Karen, are you planning on having twins? You want to have both of them in 2021? And we're in March, so let's leave it to meeting the husband.
And die if it doesn't happen. You know how they say speak it into existence. Like I want to be a millionaire by 2022.
Okay, yeah, I think that's, you know what, it's the thing is that you made the key point. It's not about just a relationship, because the reality is that neither one of us we don't have to be single right now. It's the right relationship. You know what I mean? It's the right relationship. You know what I mean? So, and with us saying that, that doesn't mean that we don't know some amazing men. That doesn't mean that. It means
Yes.
the right relationship for you. You know,
Right.
and so I think that where people end up making major mistakes is when they get to that, like you said, it's almost you get to a kind of a desperation because you have these other goals. I want the wedding, I want to be married, I want to be somebody's wife, and I want to have children. When you start like focusing more on that, that is the type of stuff that actually can send you into that desperate
Yeah.
phase of things. And when you get desperate, that's when you make bad decisions because you're only looking at, well, this person can give me that, and I want that. And then you end up getting, quote, the very, to whoever said that in the comments, women say they want something, then when they get it, then it's whatever. Well, because again, if you're focusing on like just that end goal, but you're not focusing on the other side of that. Okay, you can get married to the man, you can get married to the 7-figure man, the man that's going, that you don't have to worry about any bills or anything like that. You can and you can have that child or those children and still be absolutely miserable. And you thought that once you had the big wedding and once you had the ring on your finger and the, you know, all of this stuff, and then once you had that big beautiful baby, that now your life will be complete, and you find out you're even more miserable because you had put all of your eggs in that basket of, if only I had this, then I would be happy. And I think that's just a slippery slope for a lot of women. So I say that, and it's not just women, some men get to that point too, and they end up making some really bad choices as well. It needs to be, what is your big picture? I think it starts with knowing your own purpose in life, because if you know your purpose in life, then you can come together with the right person and y'all flow in purpose together. If you get somebody that is the opposite of what your purpose is in life, and they want to, now they will cause a hindrance or even a short circuit your purpose, because now you've attached your life to them. You know, so we have to be very, very careful and intentional about these things, and not allow ourselves to get into that, like, oh, I just want somebody. No, I don't just want somebody. Not at all. We all want love, of course, but some of us, we get to the place of, you know, just compromising because we just want somebody,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's very true. And to like get back to the original post of like having men expecting all these things from women,
Yeah.
them kind of just sitting back and we don't know what their new role is. My question to that is like, do men still naturally want to hunt? Because I feel like it contradicts what they say naturally they want to do. Like, I've talked to multiple men. I'm like, do you like when a woman pursues you? And they're like, it's flattering, but I'm not comfortable with it. Like, I think it's nice when a woman, speaks out and says she finds me attractive, but it feels weird. Like, I feel like it's not natural, or I'm just not comfortable with it because I'm used to approaching the woman.
Right.
So for me, it's like, that's where the confusion comes in. Because if you're wanting the woman to do a lot of these things that we're used to men doing, like, i.e., pursuing you, or planning the dates, or like that type of stuff. And I'm talking about from the beginning part of when you are supposed to be courting the woman. Like, I feel like courting doesn't really exist anymore, or it's like a vintage type, like it's something that we don't do that no more. And when I talk to men about courting, they're like, oh, well, what she brings, I'm gonna put out there too. And it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, do you mean like if she shows that she's interested as well, then you'll court her, or she needs to court you as much as you? Are we both supposed to be courting at this point? I want to know, where are we at with this when it comes to dating? Are men still comfortable with pursuing the woman, and do they still believe in courting?
Yeah. Any men on here can please feel free to answer that in the comment section.
Have your homeboys have your homeboys look at it too. Ask them.
Yeah, go ahead and answer that question. You know, in terms of the courting, this is the other thing. I'm glad you circled it back to the post, because this was one thing that in this era of situationships.
Oh my God.
Listen, this is what, from the one that I've experienced, and I am not participating anymore. And you know who? No,
situationships.
Not participating. Okay, I'm not participating anymore. Okay, but the thing that it seems to me, not only from my experience but from what I've observed from others, is that it is very much so this kind of attitude of, you know, like you need to show me as a woman what you could bring to my life. And it's, you got months and months, and for some people years in a situationship, and the man has not even taken it to the level of we're exclusive. This is something completely in a different way. Like, I'm like, where does that happen, where you literally are dating or seeing someone for months on end, and you're not even official? And that is, to me, a very confusing situation. That's a confusing state of mind, which I think that it's meant to be. It's meant to be, because someone is getting benefits.
You can't get mad if I'm with this chick this weekend because we're not committed. I never said we were exclusive, right? But you get all the benefits of a girlfriend.
Yes, because when they're with you, this is the thing with situationships, it feels like a real relationship, because when they're with you, they are treating you like you're their woman, like y'all are together, like all of that. And so as women, how we naturally are, we end up, our energy, we respond to the man's energy. Typically that's how we are, especially if we are into him. We respond to his energy. So if he's treating us like that, in our minds we make the, you know, we make the like the excuse that, okay, well, even though we're not official, he hasn't said it, but the way he treats me, the way we, you know, whatever, and even the words he is saying, all of it is leading towards that, like we're in a relationship. But no, you're not. You're not in a relationship until the man specifically says, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you, just you. You just date me, I just date you.
And women really need to, I think a lot of women are scared to even, it's not even pressure of just put that expectation out there, you know, and that's why they end up in situationships, because when they don't want to get their feelings hurt, they're not willing to walk away. And you have to be willing to walk away if they're not there yet. If you really want to be in a relationship that's going to turn eventually into a marriage or a relationship or whatever, if he's telling you he is not there, you have to be willing to walk away or know that you're in that's what it is. Don't try to create something new. Don't try to make it into something that it's not. That is definitely something I learned from my previous situationship. I didn't know I was in a situationship because I thought it was something else. I'm sitting here asking questions. I'm asking the questions. But the important things, like, his words weren't matching his actions. So you're telling me, oh, yeah, you desire to be, he was using words like desire, but there wasn't no commitment with that word. I desire to be with you. I desire to, I see you are wife material. You're using a lot of this, but you're everything. I haven't yet to meet your mama. I haven't met no friends. I haven't spent weekends over there. You haven't. Like there's more to it than just your mouthpiece. I was entertainment when he was bored, pretty much. I was entertainment. I was a space filler in his calendar when he had the time to fill the space with a woman. You know. Listen. No, until I had to sit back, and I was like, This isn't making any sense. Let me ask you. And so I had to flat out ask him the hard questions. And in my mind, I knew if he doesn't answer these questions in a specific way and without the gray areas, I'm out. And he couldn't answer them. I was like, are we together? Are you ready for a relationship? Well, I desire all this desire bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not ready. You're not ready. And it's fine. But just let me know what the hell I'm dealing with. Because I committed myself to you, not knowing you haven't committed yourself to me. I didn't know we still had to do the check mark of yes or no. I thought we
These days you do. Yeah. These days you do. In the past, you didn't. In the past, it was what it was, meaning that from if you went on that first date and it just felt like, oh my gosh, like this is it, and both of y'all had the same energy and it just kept going every day after that, that was your man and you was his woman, and it was you were just together. But these days you cannot do that. You have to get the verbal.
You got to get the check mark.
You got to get the check mark. Don't assume. And
right now it's on maybe. It's on maybe until it's yes or no. Okay.
Yes. No.
Means no, ladies. Maybe means no.
No.
So
maybe means no. And I don't know means no.
Right.
I don't know means no, because if it's been more than, especially at our ages, we're in our 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're not a teenager or in your young 20s, and after a man knows pretty early. The thing about it is that especially if you're a good woman, as you talked about earlier, they don't want to let you go. They want you in their lives in a certain way, but they don't, whatever it is, whether it's they're not fully there in terms of seeing you as their ultimate of who they want to be with, ultimately married to, and all that kind of stuff, then they're going to keep kind of dragging it along and breadcrumbing you.
Yeah,
they're going to breadcrumb you. Well, and the thing about it is, the other thing is, if you, as a woman, as much as we want him to say it, to just communicate and say, hey, this is where I'm at. No, I don't. I like you, but I don't want to be committed to you. I don't, blah, blah, blah. We have to sometimes say it for him, because we know what it feels like to be pursued by a man, to be loved by a man, and all that. And we know when it's not happening. So it doesn't matter if he's giving these politically correct answers. Oh, I desire to. Oh, you're wife material. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. I know that already, bro. I know that, But if he's still not, if he's not coming forward and coming with those direct answers, a lot of men, it's either they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they know what you want, or they don't want to cut it off just in case they want to circle back to you later. So they don't want to say you ain't it. Yeah. They don't want to say that. But sometimes you as the woman have to say, you know what?
You're not ready.
You're not ready, and I'm removing myself. You don't have to say it. I will say it. I'm removing myself, because I know what I'm ready for, and I know what my value is, and I'm not going to continue to put my heart and energy into a situationship when I know that I'm not a situationship person. I'm a
he knows it too. And that's the thing, that's what was frustrating in my previous situationship, because I was very clear on what it was that I desired in how I'm intentionally dating, and that I'm not looking for a hangout buddy. I'm not going to be nobody's booty call. I have plenty of friends. Like, I'm good in all of that, in those areas. And like, this is something that I really truly am taking seriously and putting real energy towards. Even with him knowing that, he still was playing doing the breadcrumbing and using specific words, but not being clear what he wanted. And I had to be the one to tell him, then you're not ready, because I'm telling you you're not ready. I'm asking you this and you're still using the word desire, and we work months and months in on doing this thing, and I haven't seen any moving forward from you, you know?
Yeah. The basic of, hey, let's give it a real shot. We are dating each other exclusively.
Right.
That is I mean, it is literally baffling to me, but unfortunately that is a sign and a symptom of what is going on if you choose to participate in it. Now, I'm one of those, I don't even like those reality shows. It's like that, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, all of that.
Yeah.
I don't watch
it.
Love. Where you got all of these women vying for the one guy, and they're trying to, do everything to get his attention and stuff. I hate that type of stuff, because number one, I'm like, the man who's for me, I'm not going to have to compete with anyone. I'm not going to compete, because he is going to be like zooming in on me. Now, I have to, of course, position myself and be open to that. You know what I mean? It has to be a mutual thing, but it would never feel like, oh, I can get with this or I can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. Like, it's not going to be that way. And that's what I try to tell some of these younger ladies, that, when they asking the question, well, how do you know, or he's doing this and that? Listen, it's real simple. When a man wants you, he's going to be intentional, he's going to be direct, and he's going to come for you.
You will know.
You will know. No. And you just have to decide whether you want to be with him. It's not going to be, whatever. Okay, so let's get, it's been some okay.
Ooh, comments.
Some comments. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, Rome. I don't even know if Rome is playing or not, but anyway, he said, y'all are scared and you're using this platform to explain it. No, we're not scared.
Shut up, Jerome.
Frank says chivalry isn't dead and I'm the one who pursues, but she has to welcome it. Exactly. It has to be. It has to be.
Definitely not be chasing a ghost. Absolutely.
Exactly. Lamar says, thoroughly enjoying this. Yes, courting is still a thing. Okay. Courting is still a thing. Okay. When Lamar also says, when a man wants you, he will find every excuse to be around you. And this is what I'm talking about.
So important. Yes.
He will find every excuse to be around you, not the opposite. And so that's how you know when if he doesn't want you, then you're going to be having that question mark of like, well, what's happened? Well, he said this. Oh, well, he's just busy. Or no. I don't care how busy the man is. He is going to figure out, or he's going to be hitting you up on that little, lunch break, that bathroom break. He's going to be fitting it when he's walking to his car, when he's whatever it is, he's going to be trying to engage. He's going to be trying to see you, all of this stuff. It's just true, And
that is part of courting. This is what I think a lot of guys, especially these new age dudes, like, I think they think that courting is, I got to spend all this money and I got to do all this to court. No, that's not courting. Courting is spending quality time with the person that you are pursuing, whether it's walking, a walk in the park, a simple picnic, FaceTiming, making that time to really get to know that person as much as you can, and be resourceful. You ain't got to spend a bunch of money to do it. Yes, we do like nice dates now. We do like a nice 5-star meal. But that is not the only part of courting. It's not about how much money you're spending,
Yes. So, go ahead.
No, I was just going off of what that person, who said that? Who was that? Who said that?
I think that was Lamar. That he'll make every excuse to be around you.
Yes, he'll make it, especially at the beginning, like he's all in, he's calling you every day, y'all talk on the phone for hours, and then you get the woman, and then all of a sudden you don't have time, or when she is now wanting to accept you and starts pursuing you as much as you're pursuing her, All of a sudden, you don't have time, you're busy. Oh, let me pencil you into my schedule, which is what happened in my situationship. He was coming hard. At the beginning, I'm saying hard. I'm hearing from him every single day. He's texting, he's calling, he's being mindful of planning our dates. I'm like, okay, he is really being intentional. And then when I'm giving the same energy and spending time with him and all this stuff, like all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, all of a sudden I got to work overtime now. I can't do this and I can only see you once a week. You know how I'm talking about. This isn't matching. This doesn't make any sense. Like you're putting all this energy at the very beginning to reel me in, and then what you got the prize, but you really didn't get the prize because I don't have a situationship.
Right. Well, this is the thing. You okay? Breathe. You okay? Okay. Well, this is the thing. So 2 things about what you just said. Number one, what you just described is one of the ways when you know that it's not the right person, because the right person, they're consistent. Yes. Like it doesn't start out with a bang and then it fizzles out once you turn your heart towards them. Like, you know what I mean? Like it when it's the real thing, it's like when he gets you to turn your heart towards him, he's gonna hold on for dear life because that's what he's wanted. It's not a game to him. It's not like, oh, okay, oh, well, I gotta now so I can chill. No, he's gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is what I want. And she feels the same way about me. So now I'm going in even deeper. That's when it's real. But when it's not, that's a sign that it's not. I also wanted to go back to the other thing when you were saying that it's not about spending a bunch of money and all that kind of stuff. Now, of course, we ain't talking about, we don't want no cheap man. Okay. We're not talking about that. We ain't talking about no cheap man. But what you said was, that you can be creative, and what it is about is that quality time. Oh, the quality time. I thought my thing was on. The quality time that you want the man to really get to know you, right? So for the men, if there's a woman that you are genuinely trying to get to know and she's stuck on that oh well, she's picking all of the most expensive restaurants and she already got a list of things that she wants you to buy her and where she wants you to take her, and it's all about spending money and all this kind of stuff, and you can tell that this woman isn't into you but what you can do for her, then you need to run. That's for the gentleman. Gentlemen, if you see that is what the woman is focused on, she is not for you. That woman is just there for what she can get, how many free meals she can get, how many gifts she can get, all of that type of stuff. You need to run. I don't care how fine she is, I don't care how beautiful she is, I don't care what she got going on, you need to bounce. I don't even care if you really just want to sleep with her and what. That's how men get caught up.
Exactly. Or she put a hole in that condom and you got to check.
Yes, because she know you can pay. She knows that if she's about that money, then there are people that, it's a tale as old as time. That she will get you caught up, and you got to watch where you place your seed. Once you release that seed, it's no longer yours. You've given it to her. So you better watch who you lay down with. Watch who you think you just trying to hit it. You seeing that fat butt and all this kind of stuff, and you thinking that you want to whatever.
Let me tell you some signs where she probably been caught up a few of these dudes. Is she driving a luxury vehicle and she's staying in a high rise, but she ain't got no job? She's a gold digger, okay? She ain't no trust fund baby. Ain't no black trust fund babies. Where they at? Which don't really exist. And she got a big old booty. And a lot of the stuff, like the waist is snatched, and she got the Nicki Minaj ass because she got the fat sucked from the stomach up to her booty, and her face is looking like this because she got her face done, and she got a luxury vehicle, and her stuff is decked out in chrome. Like you can tell when they got a chrome
nails and the lashes.
When they got a chrome house because that means they're not real decorators. They just buying stuff because it's at West Elm, so they just buy whatever is chrome and got no taste. Run, okay? Just trying to get your coins.
Yes, listen, I'm telling you, we trying to get y'all some game. Like, don't, you know, and especially, go ahead.
Also, and this is what I find, luckily I am not a gold digger, but if I was a gold digger, I would definitely be one of those girls with the luxury vehicle in the chrome house, because it's easy to find y'all. The reason why is because you are bragging about what you have on the first date. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's not true. You know, because like I was on a date and this guy, I can tell you everything he has materialistic wise, like the material things. I can tell you what he got. I can't tell you nothing what I know about that man, because all he wanted to talk about was how big his house was, his land. Oh, he got more than one car. Oh, he makes more than the average person his age. Like, I'm not even asking about this stuff. Like, I'm trying to just get to know you, brother. We at a casual restaurant. I let you plan and I'm eating a cheeseburger, you know?
Wait. Excuse me.
What?
He planned?
It was a meet and greet. So this was an person. This was someone who I met on a dating app. We're not gonna even go on that subject. It's gonna be subject because I've got some stories. I met on a dating app, and so on these dating apps, they have meet and greets. So instead of them going all out on planning this wonderful date, you got to meet the person to make sure you're not getting catfish. His stomach ain't bigger than what it is in the picture, which has happened. You know, if you're vibing, if your energy is vibing, you want to go on a real date with that person. So you get caught. Like originally we were supposed to get coffee, but I needed to work out and I had stuff I needed to do. So it turned into lunch. So I was like, well, let's just go, and I'm open to just grabbing a burger or whatever. So that's what we did. It wasn't a date. It was a meet and greet. But our meet and greet.
Okay.
He talked about all the money that he has in all these things. And I'm just like, can you tell me about you?
Right.
Who are you outside of all the material things? Who are you? And so when guys talk about stuff like that, I purposely don't even dive into it. If you tell me, yeah, I got a lot of land, so what are you doing tomorrow? You know, like I'll change the subject, because I'm not impressed with that type of stuff. It's nice that you're doing well, but let me find out naturally. So for you men who are tired of running into gold diggers, if that's not the type of woman you want and you do have the funds to afford one, don't tell her. You know, let it happen naturally. Let her find out what you have. Don't talk about all of those things up front, and then you can know if a woman is with you for you and not for your things. You know, stop trying to get a woman to come in your house right away, because she gonna be peeping what's in your house, and tomorrow when you go to work, all your shit gonna be gone because she called JoJo and them up the street to rob your ass.
It's so true. It's so true. That's the thing. It really, again, it's about the type of person that you want, right? Because for a woman who genuinely wants to get to know you, she's not going to be impressed by you. As a matter of fact, I have been in situations where I had to tell the man, I was like, he turned me off so much because he was sounding very braggadocious. You know, he was telling me about his Ivy League background and, you know, his pedigree and and all this kind of stuff. And it's almost as if it's kind of like, okay, well, what else is there? Next, what else is there? I don't, you know, it can really turn a person that really wants to get to know you for you and your character, and not what you can do for them, what your social status is, and all of that stuff, you know. And again, that's nice, but if you're leading with that, that is not who you are. Who are you? Okay. And to say, like I said, was talking about earlier, there are men that is their same complaint. That the boss chick, sometimes she thinks that that's where her value lies to a man, and the man is turned off if he's not thinking about. He's like, I don't care how much money you make. I don't
Right.
care about your, yeah, that's nice that you got multiple degrees and all of that, but that is not what I care about. And
Right.
again, that's a certain type of man. Okay.
Right.
Now you do have those other guys that, the more you say that you got this, oh, he calculating. He calculating his mind. Oh, I can do this. Well, really, tell me more. Tell me more. So I think it's the thing of interacting and matching with someone from your planet, from your tribe, from someone who is like-minded, you know what I mean? Who their priorities are what your priorities are, you know what I mean? If you're not looking to, and again, this does not mean, like you said, yes, we like nice things and all that kind of stuff, but that is not what
that's not the forefront.
That's not what's at the forefront. You know what I mean? I was with someone who, quite honestly, I didn't even know that they did not finish college. I didn't know that they didn't finish college. And I'm a woman that I'm attracted to intelligent men. Like, that is a turn on for me. I love intelligent men, right? With a little bit of hood in them, okay? Intelligent with a little touch of hood. But I'm saying, huh?
Like Stefan, not Steve from Family Matters. Everybody likes Stefan.
Exactly, but it was one of those things that it was like, he was intelligent. I didn't care whether he had a degree or not. He was intelligent. He was doing well for himself. You know what I mean? Like, it never even crossed my mind I think I assumed that he had. And when I found out that he hadn't, it didn't make a difference.
Right.
Because again, how many, we can look at so many examples of men who did not finish college, who are mega millionaires. They are very intelligent, smart. There's a lot of ways to get educated. There's a lot of ways to be successful. So that's another thing. We need to stop putting so much value on things that stuff makes you feel good. Okay, if it makes you feel good to have a master's, a PhD, a double D, a GDD, then do it good. Okay. But if it doesn't make you a more valuable person, it may put you in different rooms, but it doesn't make you a more valuable person. And sometimes people, they get caught up in that and they get sold off because of stuff like that too. Because
a lot of times what their forefront of the conversation is when you're conversing with them and they're talking about material things, that's probably what they want from you as well. You know what I mean? You got to listen to that. If someone is bragging a lot about degrees and money and all this stuff, then more than likely I might not fulfill what it is that they desire if that's what they're basing what they want in their partner, because you got people who, oh, I got an Ivy League, you need to have an Ivy League. You know what I mean? You need to have an Ivy League degree, or this is my family comes for this, your family need to come for this, which is a lot of people who are like that. So just be mindful on when you have those type of discussions and what it is that you want within your partner. Like, listen to what they are saying and believe it.
Absolutely. T says, hey, T. T says, women hide behind their looks and men behind their things. That is, their things. Oh, okay. And I think that's so true. And actually, let me let y'all know, brothers, that screams insecurity.
Yeah.
When you lead with your things and you lead with even trying to do too much for a woman too fast, buying her, trying to buy her with stuff, okay, hold on. Why? Especially a woman that's not like that. Now you get the wrong type of woman, she's going to take advantage of that. But exactly. But a woman that really genuinely is trying to be in a relationship with you or trying to get to know you, she's not, as a matter of fact, she might be like, no, I can't, I don't want to take all these things from you. You keep trying to buy me things. Right. And so that may, send the wrong message. But sometimes a man feels like that's his only value. And unfortunately, some women have made men feel that way, that is their only value. Now, that's No woman wants to be taking care of no man. Let's keep it straight. Nobody wants a man that's gonna be said doesn't have any ambition, that's sitting up smoking weed and playing video games all day.
Having that, absolutely not.
No. No one wants that, okay? And the ones that accept that, if you look at the other person, normally they have low self-esteem and things going on with themselves, or they're trying desperately to get unattached from the weed smoking video game all day person, okay? So you have to really, really watch. Like, again, a man may not have all the stuff right then, but he may have the biggest vision, the biggest ambition and work ethic to go along with it. And it's only a matter of time before he arrives at his destination. So that's why you look at the man for who he is.
Yes. Do you, what do you think of that movie with Taraji? What is it called? With Taraji P. Henson? And she is married to this guy. He's like trying to create this battery. He spends all his days on the battery.
Yeah, the Tyler Perry movie. Yes, I forgot the name of it, but
right. And so he winds up, she's just disgusted on the fact that she's having to work, and he's spending a lot of his time on trying to invent this battery. And she ended up breaking up with him or divorcing him, and then he became like this millionaire, and it literally drove her mad, like absolutely mad, because she was with him when he didn't have anything, and then she flipped it and made it seem like, oh, you left me now that you rich. When he was like, I was trying to be with you. Now, like you said, take care of no grown man. The problem was he was at home and he was focused on the battery while she was tirelessly working, trying to pay the bills. Now, if you have I'm all about supporting your man and believing in his dreams, but we still, in today's time, we got bills we got to pay. So pursue your dream, but pay these damn bills. Okay?
Right.
Working and I'm looking ugly and dusty and tired and woe is me, and you looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you working on this battery at home eating a sandwich. Like, I can't,
Yes, so, there has to be a balance.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely has to be a balance. And yes, I do remember being quite annoyed with that movie, to be honest with you, because
your feedback.
Yes, I was annoyed because it was, she had done the time with him. You know what I mean? She did believe in him. She supported him. Like you said, she working her fingers to the bone. Now I think that's where she made her mistake, honestly. She thought that was supporting him. It was, but it went too far, meaning that there's a certain timeline that, okay, babe, I'll take the brunt. I'll take the load for a year. Okay. Yes. And I'll give you that span. After that, you can work on that on the side. If it's not going, work on that on the side. And then I'm going to need you to, get a part-time job, whatever you got to do, and kick in financially, because I am not built to carry this load. Okay. Right. But she didn't do that. She let it go on for years and years and years. And she became bitter. She became bitter in the process, and she lost respect for him. Right. When a woman loses respect for a man, then, you can call it a freaking day. Okay. And then, and then it was sad to see the aftermath of it, that he finally did make it and she wasn't the one by his side, and the other woman reaped the benefits of her seeds that she sowed into him. And so I just didn't like the movie. I just didn't. I didn't like the dynamic.
I won't say that she handled it perfectly, though, because she didn't.
She didn't.
Yeah, she didn't handle it perfectly, because there was a lot of times where she was belittling him.
Because she lost the respect.
She lost the respect versus her. She should have, like you said early on, said, look, I'm at my wit's end. You need to help out. She just kept getting more and more angry and argumentative, but not straight up telling him, hey, I'm going to need you to step it up and help with these bills, or we're going to have to move with mama and daddy and them and figure this out,
Yeah.
She again, this comes with communication and also laying out the expectations from your partner to each other. And that's how everything kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Also, he was so focused on the battery and trying to become this great inventor, he wasn't looking at his wife and her needs. And so they both kind of didn't tap into each other's needs selflessly. It was just
Yes.
more selfishly done.
Yes.
So,
Yes, and there was some lessons in that. I mean, both of them made mistakes.
yeah.
They definitely both made mistakes when they were together. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think it really does go back to that communication and being honest. Like sometimes it's like you may have been okay at first, but the moment that you're no longer okay, you got to open your mouth and say something. Don't just hold the junk in, because
Right.
that's a lot of times when stuff starts getting chipped away. So we are a little bit, oh wait a minute, I don't know what time we started, but I think we're a little bit over the hour. Over the hour. So what are some takeaways, the last points that you want to make? And y'all, we are actually going to start going live about once a week, having some discussions, because we really think it's important for us to talk about men, women, and relationships, and coming to, understanding each other, and all of that. And from this, we are two single women that are happy, but you know,
we are two single women that have learned lots of lessons throughout our lives, and what
yes,
we've been through, and we want to inspire and also learn from others as well while
yes,
we're going through this process.
including the men.
Including the men, because there are women, like, we've gone through bad breakups and heartbreaks, and we've done the healing, and so we know, we kind of have some pointers that we can give on what we've learned, and we're also wanting to accept pointers on growing as women as well. So please be open and letting us know. Also, leave in the comment section what you would like to hear us discuss, or we're open to having different topics on dating and being single, and that's the main thing that we would be focusing on. But the main takeaway from today's discussion is a lot of takeaways, but
What you would like to what you would like to, like, round the discussion up with?
well, from the main topic that we talked about on, the roles, I just want men to understand that if today's times is very difficult, especially, I'm saying, from a woman's point of view, as a single woman, for us to date and really understand what it is that you are desiring from us and are needing from us, and vice versa. So my takeaway is just really make sure that you're communicating those needs. And also, we still are very old school on wanting to be pursued in a way where we feel desired and that you're putting in the effort. And I just want men to understand that that is still something that is needed, from that women need while you're pursuing them and letting them know that you're interested, or you want to date them. Also, or I had another point on pursuing and dating. My mind gets to
And
falling.
I didn't interrupt you that time, so it's not my fault. I didn't interrupt you that.
I interrupted myself. But so my point is just like, please be also gracious to women and understand that we're also learning, with this new age dating, and be openly communicate with us. I think that's just the main thing. Openly communicate with the person that you're interested in, and don't be scared to pursue them and show them that you see them, and vice versa. Like, I don't want to pursue a man, and we still want you to hunt. It's still the basics of dating. We want you to hunt us, and we want to feel desired from you. So please continue doing that. Go ahead, Maisha.
Yeah, no, I would just say that, you know, I really would encourage everyone to really hone the communication skills. And communication does mean being vulnerable. And sometimes, you know, be willing to be vulnerable and open, and that is for the gentleman as well. And it is uncomfortable because you don't know what's going to be on the other side of that. You don't know if the person is going to accept or reject what it is that you say, but the thing about it is that if it is someone that really cares about you, then even if they don't feel the same way that you've expressed, they are still going to treat you with respect and honor, and you can salvage something from that. And it is good freaking practice for when you actually do come across that person, that you all are flat-footed, eye to eye with each other, and I think that's the goal that all of us want, men and women. You want to meet that right person for you. And just know that there's women like me that I'm not participating in the foolishness. Like, I just refuse to participate. So
yeah,
I'll wait. That's okay. I'll wait.
and also, for women who are clear about that, if a woman clearly states to you what she desires, don't try to force her or manipulate her into having something different. If she says, I desire to be in a relationship, and you know that that is not where you are at, don't waste her time. Like Mike said, communicate, be open. I promise you, it could be develop into a friendship later, especially if she's a great lady, But if you date her and you are treating her as if this is a relationship, knowing that that is something that she desires, you're just doing that to keep her around, that you're never planning on making this commitment to her, she's gonna resent you, and then you're not gonna have her in your life ever. Like, she'll be done. So just be considerate of what the other person's wants and desires are, and don't be selfish about it. And just be honest, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't want to hurt her feelings, let her know.
It is more important to be honest with people. See, this is a thing too. I see a couple smart comments in the comment section, which I'm going to ignore right now. But the thing about it is that you can never go wrong if you're being open and honest, even if you don't get the end result that you want. Because guess what? That person may be saving you from something if they're being open and honest as well. So you just have to accept things. It's like, all of it is a chance. Love is a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's a chance. You're taking a chance when you're being open and vulnerable, but it will eventually pay off. And I'm saying that to you, and I'm saying that to me. So with that being said, thank you all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We are going to plan to come back on. It's going to be either Sunday or Monday of next week. So look out. We're going to post the announcement, and invite other people, because again, we all like to talk about this because we all are on this one way or the other, whether you're single or married. We all need to understand each other as men and women. So thank you all. Thank you, sister. I'm enjoying having these conversations with you. And now we're sharing our conversations with everybody else. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.